The long-awaited video, all of Wukong's lore that was officially announced by Epic Games and is currently in the game, and also some additional lore about how Wukong became the apprentice of Feng Mao, and pretty much talking about that and going in detail about their connection and why it happened. So yes mates, we have a lot of juicy information to talk about within this video. Welcome mates, I'm Bloodthirsty Lord, but you can call me Lordy, and today we're back on Paragon. Once again, there'll be a variation of clips in the background from being pretty much the in-game lore clips, followed up by some other lore information that we found online, and also some Paragon Wukong gameplay in the background as well. So it's going to be kind of enjoyable as we talk about these little connections between Feng Mao and Wukong, and pretty much all information connected to Wukong's lore. It's going to be so much fun, mates. But before we get into this video, make sure you smash that like button. Let's try to get 200 likes on this video, because, mates, your support has been unreal in the last couple of days with the Paragon videos, so let's keep that going. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. And we need to explain the backstory of Wukong and pretty much how he came to be, and if there was any potential connections to Wukong and Feng Mao's lore. And obviously that will begin with Feng Mao himself. There was a bit of lore information connected about his apprenticeship or his apprentices, and we need to talk about that because that builds the basis of this story that is contained between Wukong and Feng Mao and two other apprentices. So as you can see within the background information of Feng Mao, it does mention within the last point of his background information, denies the rumor that he lost 3 apprentices in a single day. And we know one of those apprentices are Wukong, which is currently the newest hero within Paragon at this very moment, but we have some predictions or theories about other heroes that are currently in the game that could have had a apprenticeship with Feng Mao, and we think that could have been Yin, Quang, or Aurora. Both of them or one of those could have been an apprentice of Wukong, but that has not been confirmed, and we have no information confirming that yet. But I strongly believe that Yin was one of the apprentices of Feng Mao due to the fact that Feng Mao is the first guardian, and also Yin is a guardian as well, and the youngest one of her kind. That is pretty sick in my opinion. So I'm guessing, because obviously Feng Mao being on the top of the chain, being the first guardian ever, would have maybe met or been taught or pretty much had an apprenticeship alongside Yin as his student or his apprentice, so that's pretty cool. And now let's move on to the background information of Wukong, and these are his 3 dot points. First one being so unpredictable, even he does not know what he'll do next. The second dot point being no one can stay mad at him because he kills anyone who is mad at him. Okay, pretty delightful in my opinion. The third point being delights in annoying Feng Mao to the point of distraction. Feng Mao isn't easily distracted. He's very wise, very old, and he does not give a crap of anything. But Wukong gets on his nerves, and that's pretty darn insane in my opinion. And to be honest, there isn't too much of a connection there except for mentioning Feng Mao and how he's been pretty much around him for quite a while and trying to annoy him to distract him in some type of way. That is the only thing that we know about Wukong, and some of his personality does shine within this bit here, pretty much being a cunning monkey king. And now let's move on to the lore that is connected to Wukong's skins. Wukong's default skin lore is Wukong in his favorite mischief-making gear. Pretty normal, nothing crazy there. In the next skin, his Wukong Challenger skin. When Wukong decided to let the youngsters take over for a while, he donned this armor and asked for Feng Mao to be his mentor. So this is what he had before he asked Feng Mao to be his mentor, and the apprenticeship begun like that, and that is his outfit. That is pretty cool. Let's move on to the master skin and see what it has there. Wukong's master skin, when Feng Mao deemed Wukong worthy, he gifted his pupil with this armor. Wukong shed a tear of joy. That is so cool, mates. And this armor looks crazy good. And you pretty much see the start and then the finish of what Wukong became when he was pretty much worthy enough to be his pupil. So that's pretty cool. And his last skin, the Royal Wukong skin, which is a tier 1 to tier 2 skin. Pretty cool skin in my opinion the way it looks. And the skin lore for that skin is, when I think of a king, I don't usually imagine someone capering about and swinging off a tree or trees, so I keep forgetting that Wukong is actually a king somehow. Feng Mao. That is his quote from Feng Mao, so it's pretty cool how that is connected to his skin. I like that idea. Then we move on to Wukong's emotes. His first emote being his level 80 emote that he does unlock through his master challenge called Let's Talk. And that lore connected to that is, in the heat of a battle, Wukong likes to invite his opponents over for a night's chat. Okay, nothing too crazy there, just showcasing more personality. And the actual emote they can buy in store who's a monkey now, valued at 600 coins. It's like tier 1 to tier 2 emote. In my opinion, nothing too crazy there. And the lore represented within that emote is show them who the real monkey is with the new emote connected to the hero. So that's pretty cool, nothing too crazy there, just showcasing how he's the most dominant monkey king, and he's supposed to be the real monkey king, not a fake one. So that is all the lore connected to Wukong and Feng Mao presented within the game at this current moment, but there's some other outside sources that we can use to gain more intel about this. And that's through the Paragon official website, where they pretty much showcase their blogs, alongside the Paragon Reddit and Paragon forums. So let's move on to that bit of information that was connected within the Paragon blog post before Wukong was released, and it did say, Wukong and Feng Mao used to be traveling companions. When Wukong became too much to handle, Feng trapped him in a cave and left. 100 years later, Wukong is free and on his way to Agora to resume abrogating Feng Mao. So as you can see, you can connect this back to the lore that's currently in the game, Feng Mao and Wukong being traveling companions because of their apprenticeship, followed up by Wukong being too much to handle because he's full of mischief and he's just too annoying and most likely distracted Feng Mao too much, so Feng Mao trapped him in a cave for 100 years. That is insane. Then somehow Wukong broke free and he's back on the way to Agora to annoy Feng Mao once again. That is pretty cool, I like that. Now let's move on to the next bit of information connected to Wukong and Feng Mao that was officially announced 10 hours ago from this video. And that was posted on Reddit by SLG, one of the Epic Games members. He's a pretty sick person, and we have to get into this information as quick as possible. I'm so hyped for this. After a week of playing the Monkey King in-game, we wanted to share a little bit more about Wukong's adventures with Feng Mao and give some more insight into his backstory. Enjoy. During their Wukong and Feng Mao travels, Wukong annoyed Feng Mao in a variety of ways, but most often by upsetting the natural order of things through sheer mischief, leaving Feng to have to fix it. On one occasion, Wukong saw a towering statue in the wilderness and thought it would be fun to climb up the side and dance on its head. While Feng stood at the base yelling for him to come down, he didn't know the statue was worshipped by a local tribe of bloodthirsty cannibals, who then attacked Feng Mao. Feng had to hold them off while Wukong finished his dance and descended to join him. Then the two made a hasty retreat into the wilderness, but the cannibals tracked them and attacked in a running battle that lasted 2 weeks. When Feng Mao later demanded an apology, Wukong only said it was worth it. On another occasion, Wukong and Feng were in a city of scholars, tracking down an ancient text that Feng was curious about. Wukong took offense at the superior, patronizing air of the scholars and wrecked one of their ancient libraries, swinging around on ancient bookcases and chandeliers. Feng Mao scolded him and began to clean up the mess by himself. Abashed, Wukong joined him, and two cleaned up the library and claimed the cowering scholars. Seeing how disciplined Feng Mao was, Wukong decided to devote himself to learning Feng Mao's ways and asked if he could be Feng's apprentice for a while. Feng was highly reassured but agreed. It would prove to be one of his biggest mistakes. Oh my god, mates. That backstory for Feng Mao and the Monkey King, Wukong, is amazing. I like this. They haven't done too much of this recently. They've done it before with the Fae and Morogesh, and there's been a little bit of other characters like this, showcasing a lore connection between two characters when they present more detailed version of that. So that's pretty cool. And this apprenticeship between Wukong and Feng Mao, that is amazing. I like the backstory, and I can't wait to hear the rest of the story, because obviously we heard a lot about it right now, and I just want to see what's happening in the midway stages, and obviously the ending. But we know a lot of the story between Feng Mao and Wukong, but obviously we still don't know what the other two apprentices are exactly, and they have not been confirmed yet, so they could be future heroes, or could be heroes that are currently in the game, but they don't have the lore established yet between those two characters to pretty much identify that connection of them being their apprentice or having an apprenticeship with Feng Mao. Also, the skulls they were trying to find and the ancient texts they were trying to find that Feng Mao was interested in, I think that was the Asher's engravings and pretty much how they made their text. It was engraved into stone, and I'm guessing he was looking for that ancient text within that library and talking to the Ashers themselves. But I'm not exactly sure. That's just a theory that I currently have about Feng Mao traveling there, but I don't know why Wukong would be there as well, but obviously there's a little bit of sense within the lore or backstory they just mentioned. But who else has visited this so-called library? Did Gideon visit this library? Because obviously he's pretty much somewhat of an Asher, and that is pretty much an ancient civilization, and we don't know too much about them, and I feel like we're learning bits and bits every time we hear new bits of information connected to the lore or the backstory of Paragon. But mates, as always, tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Did you like this lore video when we talked about Wukong and the connection between Feng Mao as well? I found it very interesting, hoping you guys did as well. Tell me your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. So mates, if you did enjoy this video, show us why smash that like button. Let's try and get 200 likes on this video. Makes me want to see more Paragon gaming content and gaming content in general on my channel. All you have to do is share with your friends and hit the subscribe button to become a mate today. And that is all for this video. Oh, time to go, but don't you worry. Back very soon. Hey Tats boys, you guys ain't seen nothing yet. Mate, you don't understand how G'd up I got when I heard about Feng Mao and Wukong being connected. That was such an amazing lore connection, and I can't wait to see what is next. Cough cough, hoping Calaria mural lore information soon.